high and rest you on my shoulders. We could lie on our sides in July and think of rolling over. There are no guarantees where we may go, but I know I'll love you tomorrow. Yes, I know that I love you tomorrow.
Nice.
You and
Looks like there's
we
seats for
don't
8
mind
kids.
when it's dark outside. We let ourselves
Hi, it's your Auntie Wendy. Great Auntie Wendy. I'm not that great, but I am an art teacher, and you guys live so far away, I thought it would be really fun to pretend like you're right here. You're my student, or your students, both of you are in my class, and I'm going to teach you just pretending that you're right here. So I hope you feel excited about that, like I'm really excited about it. And so now that I brought you into my classroom, I'm going to give you a lesson. Okay, so that's a picture of the parrot that you guys are going to learn how to do. And I just wanted to tell you that I hope your mom gets a Sharpie for you, because a Sharpie is going to make you a really strong artist. You're going to get bold and strong and fearless about using your Sharpie, and you're going to get really strong lines. So make sure you have a Sharpie, and make sure you have a good piece of paper that the Sharpie isn't going to bleed through. And we're going to start doing your parrot in black and white. And then after you finish drawing your parrot, you get him just the way you want him, and you make a really cute beak and a funny expression on his face, and decorate his habitat in the jungle or in the zoo or in a cage in your home, wherever you want him to be living. After you do that, then you're going to use your beautiful markers and do gorgeous colors. So are you ready? Let's get started. This is really fun. Okay, so here's my page, and I have to figure out where I want to put my parrot. And I'm going to start with my eye. So let's see. I think I'll put him right in the middle. So make a little dot on your paper right there. It's not too high and not too low, kind of in the middle of the page. That's where you're going to put your parrot's eye. So let's start off with the eye. You're going to make a circle, and then you're going to start filling it in, leaving a little bit of white to show that this parrot is alive and well. We don't want a dead parrot. So that's the first thing you're going to do. I'm going to wait for you to finish. So you're all ready. Okay, so when you're done with that, you're going to take the next step. You're going to make another circle around that circle. And this parrot has a lot of personality. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, just a regular old big circle with the eye inside. And then after that, you're going to give this parrot some personality. They're not exactly eyebrows, but they're little lines that just show he's kind of a quirky guy. And you can just make him however you want. Some people make him look mean. Some people make their parrot look happy. So it's really up to you. Okay, you're all ready? When you're finishing that, I'm going to move on to the next. Okay, the very next part that we're going to do is the beak. So first we have to make the base for the beak. So to the right-hand side of that eye, you're going to come out here and make a straight line. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Straight line. I'm sure you guys can do that because you guys are smart girls. Are you 7 now? Anyway, that's hard to believe. Okay, so then after you do that, you're going to make 2 curved lines coming out from the straight line, and you're going to go from left to right. So follow me, and then you can do it after me. You're going to go straight, and then you're going to go curve and down. That's the top part of the beak. So you go ahead and do it now. Okay, straight, curve, and down. Then the next thing you're going to do is come down on that line, and you're going to go straight, curve, and come to a point. That's the top beak. He's got a sharp beak. He can peck things with that beak. I hope he doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, and then we're going to do the bottom beak, which goes out from the bottom of that straight line that you did, and you're going to go across and up. Oh my gosh. He's looking really cute already, isn't he? I hope yours are looking cute. I'm sure they are. I bet they're even cuter than mine. Okay, so now we're going to finish his head because he looks like he's just headless right now. So now we have to put his eyes and his beak and everything onto a head. So follow me, or you can watch me and then you can do it yourself. So I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to make a curved shape all the way around and make his head, and it's going to come down right there. Stop right there. And then you want to go down from that other line, and you're going to stop right there. So you've already done the head. Congratulations. Are you ready to do the next part? Okay, the next part is his little collar right here. And I'm going to just give you a quick lesson on how to do scallops, which is a really great way to do scales on a fish or feathers on a bird. So I'm going to show you how to do his collar. So you're going to come out with a diagonal line going to the left and a diagonal line to the right. And then we're going to attach these by doing a row of curved lines connecting to each other. So watch how they go. I bet you know how to do this already. Across and connecting. We're going to go all the way across. Keep making your little curved lines all the way across, and then until you're all done. He's got his collar. You're almost done with this drawing. It's amazing how fast it goes. All right, so now we're going to do his body. So we're going to make curved lines on the left and a curved line on the right. Ready? Go. Your curved line on the left and a curved line on the right. Now we've got his head, his body, his eye, his beak. You've done most of it. So now the last things we're going to do are the wing feathers and the tail feather. And when you're all done with that, then you can decorate. So let's go ahead and do the left wing feather. It goes from left to right. So these are diagonal lines that go across his body. It's like he's giving himself a big hug. So you're going to go across his body, and you're going to make a long diagonal line going all the way across. Then right next to it, you're going to do a parallel diagonal line going all the way across. And then you're going to connect them with a little curve. So they're rounded feathers, wing feathers. And then you're going to make another diagonal line going across, and you're going to connect it. And one more, another diagonal line. And you could even do more if you want. I just did 3, but if you want to do more, you can. And then I'm going to make little where they connect to the body. And then here's another part that is kind of a tricky, more advanced idea. It's part of this guy's wing feather is hidden under this one because he's like giving himself a hug. So we have to show how they're hidden. So I'm going to make 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 lines up here and little endings. And then I'm going to make those feathers come underneath these diagonal lines, this wing feather. So I'm going to I'm not going to touch my Sharpie to the page. I'm just going to follow that diagonal line, and then, now I'm going to draw it. So it's going to go like that, 1, and then this one is going to be 2. This one is going to be 3. And so it's 1, 2, 3. I might want to do one more over here. So do you see how that goes? Now we've got 2 sets of wing feathers, and all we have left are the tail feathers. So the tail feathers are really fun to do. Just like we did the scallops up here, you can do some more scallops, and it's going to be coming right in the middle of his body, but down here. So you can make all sorts of different patterns. You can make small, medium, medium, large, large, super large, or you can do whatever kind of pattern you want, but you're going to be doing patterns of feather scallops. So there's one. I'm going to just make small little rows of scallops to show the top of his tail feathers. And then I'm going to do some medium-sized tail feathers with scallops. And then I'm going to do bigger ones. Like, it's getting less and less scallops. See, it's a lot, and then it gets less and less. And then the last one is just going to have really long ones, but they're going to be kind of hidden underneath. The beginning is hidden under the other one, so they're layered. So there, that was fast. There's your parrot. Okay, so then after that, you get to have all your creativity and create a little habitat. So I would suggest to make a branch for your parrot to be sitting on. So you just make a horizontal line going across, and you don't want the branch to be too narrow because he's a pretty big bird. So I'm just making this kind of going into a double branch, but you can just make one single branch, and you can make small branches coming off of it. So I really like flowers. If you girls like flowers, which I bet you do, because I know your Moo-Moo's a gardener, and I bet your mom is a gardener too, maybe your dad. So I'm just going to pretend that this parrot is living in a tropical jungle. So I'm going to make some really beautiful tropical flowers, and I'm just going to make them up out of my imagination. So I'm just going to give you some ideas, but I bet you could come up with your own ideas that would even be better than mine. But just go ahead and create your flowers and put leaves in. You can make some really beautiful leaves, and just think about when you color them, it's just going to be spectacular to see. So you can make different designs for your flowers. You can make all sorts of really beautiful tropical flowers. I'm just kind of making them up from flowers that I've seen, and you know how flowers go. They just have little, beautiful little parts to them. I'm just having fun because I like flowers. So just create your flowers, create your leaves, all different kinds of leaves that you can do. My Sharpie's starting to run out of ink, so I am just gonna keep going. That's the hardest thing for me. My Sharpies run out of ink so fast because I have so many students that use them. So if they run out of ink, you just grab another one. So I want to do some vines. Oh, I like doing vines like I did up here. So I'm going to do some vines like Tarzan swings on, how he just swings through the air from tree to tree like a monkey, all that kind of fun stuff. You can make vines. My Sharpie doesn't look too great, but you know what? I'm pretty much decorating it the way I want to. Leaves, trees, vines, flowers, all sorts of things. So I think it needs a little bit of something up here. So I'm going to make another flower coming up, and you know, I'm just making up my flower. Beautiful flower. All right, so have fun, make flowers, make beautiful flowers. But the fun part is coloring it. So that's where you're going to grab your markers. I'm going to come over here and, oh, I've got some amazing pink markers. So, oh, this is even better. Pink is one of my favorite colors. I've got so many really cool pink markers like this. So I have 3 different colors, and the most fun thing about markers is you can blend the colors. So I'm going to take 3 different types of pinks, and I'm going to look how they blend. Okay, so I'm going to use the chisel point, which is nice and big, but then if I want to get to a point, I can. So let me see. I think I'll do this one. So I can make really dark at the bottom, just because there's shadows at the bottom, and I just want to blend the color. So I'm starting off with that color, and then I'm going to take a lighter pink, which is called Pink Rose. That other one was called Mulberry. So I'm going to get my Pink Rose, and I'm going to still use my chisel point because it's bigger, so I can cover more territory. So now let's see what it looks like to put a lighter color on the end. And then I'm going to see if I can blend them together. So it's going to be lighter, and if I go out of the lines a little bit, it's no big deal. I'm kind of easy on myself sometimes. It kind of looks cool like it is, but let me see how it looks when I try the third color. Let's see, what's the name of the third color? The third color is called Rhodamine. Oh, Fuchsia. Fuchsia. I love fuchsia colors, fuchsia flowers. So let's try Fuchsia and see how that one looks. If I blend them together. Oh, yeah, that kind of looks good blending all three. I don't know if you can see the difference. All right, so that looks beautiful. I'm going to use that same color over here in, that's the fuchsia as the center of that flower. I'm going to use the fuchsia here because if I use something on this side of the page, I want to use it in the, and everything. So I'm going to make his feathers, her feathers, also fuchsia, some of the feathers. So I'm going to start with the fuchsia under here. And I'm going to color this layer fuchsia. So whatever colors I put in the background, I want to do in my bird. And you know what? I forgot. I usually tell my students to do the bird first because the bird is the focal point, is the most important part of the drawing. So I broke a rule that time, but that's okay. So now I'm going to take those other pinks and I'm going to find other places to layer those colors. So I'm going to fill all of these in with a different pink and put it also down here at the end. And I'm also going to put it on the wing feathers too. So I think I'll try blending the wing feathers, seeing how that looks. This is really my favorite part, is adding the color. But you really do have to have a good drawing down if you want to get good colors. So your drawing is very important too. You can do so much. You can get a really thick line, but if you wanted just a little thin area, you can do that too. If you just want to get in there, you can make a nice point. All right, so let's see about blending those wings. You know what, I forgot something really important that I wanted to show you, but I think I'll do it with a thin point. I'm going to take my really purpley thin point, and I'm going to make some feathers, just kind of impressions of feathers on his body, because of course all birds have feathers on their body too, but I don't want to draw every single one of them because I just want to give the impression. So I just did that. So now if I want to go over it, I can kind of see that color. So that's all I'm going to do with that. And then I want to show you how you can blend color pencil with your markers. Okay, so I've got a color pencil right here, hot pink. And let's see how the hot pink color pencil looks on top. Ooh, it goes over the marker. I can make it super dark or I can make it really light. Doesn't that look cool? And then I'm going to make it really dark over here on this side. See, notice how I'm doing it? I'm just making a real light touch, but if I want to go darker, I can press hard and make a darker touch too, making kind of a shadow under the collar. I'm going to shut the door because the jet is going over and I want to... All right, so let's see. All right, now, what color should I do his head? Let's see. I think I'm going to change it and make kind of an orangey red for the head, just to have a different look. So, but you can do, of course, you can do your birds whatever color you want because you're the artist. So I'm just trying to cover as much white as I can. I want to cover my white, which is what I tell my students all the time. Even if you do a real light touch, it's so good to cover your white because it looks like you're finished. It looks like you've done a complete job when you cover the white, even with a light touch. So I'm going to have some areas darker and just try making those kind of lines with your color pencil because your color pencil is really cool. I'm going to do something a little bit different too. I want to add some orange because I love orange and red together. So let's see what that looks like. You know, parrots are so much fun to draw because they're so colorful. And you could have so much fun adding as many colors as you want, just layers and layers of color. Why not? Okay, let's try adding a little bit orange to the end of these feathers because whatever you do in one area of your bird and your artwork, you want to do a little bit of those same colors in other places. It's going to make the whole drawing so much more unified. So I'm doing orange in my flower too. If I'm going to do orange on my head and my feathers, I'm going to do orange on the flower because that's what I like to do to bring my whole drawing together. Okay, how do you think? I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, what about those leaves? I need green. So let me grab some greens. I'm going to grab 3 greens. I'm going to grab a medium, a dark, and a light. I've got 3 different greens, and I'm going to see if I can blend them. All right, so that's actually a flower. So let me do green, dark green at the bottom of these leaves, and then it fades. And then when I get in the middle, it's a little dark. There's a shadow under the flowers, so that's dark. And now, hi, Uncle Mark.
Well, it's time, sweetheart, because they're here.
Okay, they're here. I'm just going to wrap this up right now. So
okay.
It's an amazing, you should see what these girls have done. I wish I could see what these girls have done, but I can't. So I'm just going to say goodbye. I love you, Lily and Olivia, and Mon and Isa too. Bye.